Okay, I'm driving home from work and I just need to talk because I really have nobody to talk to and I'm really just not doing well. Um, my whole life, I really just have felt like kind of never really anybody's favorite person, favorite friend, really anything like that. And it's really starting to weigh on me a lot, where I just feel like I don't know, like I just am so alone and I'm just really struggling. And I guess I'm just saying this so if you feel this way, just know you're not alone and this life is hard and you're in this with somebody else who feels like this. So have a good night, everybody.
Is what to say to a girl if you're trying to flirt with her in public. I'm not going to give you the full script because people love authenticity, and if I just tell you what to say, it's not going to feel authentic. But I will give you some tips on like what are some good things to say to a girl. The way that I like to be approached is a little bit backwards, because something that I don't really like is when people come up to me and say like, oh my god, I thought you were so pretty, I just wanted to come talk to you. Because like then I just immediately know the intention of why they were coming up to me. It's like, oh, you just thought I was pretty, you didn't like see anything else that was interesting about me, and it's just less engaging. Versus if you come up to me and you say like, oh my god, I really love your sweater, that's so cool and unique, I've never seen that before, like you have really good style. It's like, wow, you just complimented me, but also like complimented something that I chose about myself and that I was doing. Or like if I was reading a book and you're like, oh my god, I love that book, like how far are you? It engages like a dialogue that I can actually respond to, versus if you just say, oh, you're really pretty, it's like, thank you, I appreciate it. Another easy one is a lot of people wear headphones outside, so if you want to be annoying and make somebody take out their headphone, you can be like, I saw you were listening to music, it seemed like you were vibing to it, like I was just wondering what you were listening to. Because like it may seem a little weird, but like it at least engages a dialogue. She is going to respond to that. She's going to be like, oh, this is the song I'm listening to, and then you can respond in like, oh, I love that type of music, or I've never heard that before. Like you can divulge into your own music. It's really just about starting a conversation that is able to turn into a conversation instead of starting a conversation that has nowhere to go. Approaching a woman really isn't as scary as you guys make it seem to be. Like I know it seems like you're just gonna get rejected, and you probably will, but like it only takes one time for it to go well, and then it'll go well. And I believe in you. It's not that scary, I promise.
And what do you think is the percentage of men that are over 6 feet? 40? 30. 14.5.
Really?
There's a lot more short kings than people realize.
That's a tough one. Probably not a lot. Maybe like 70%?
14%.
Okay. Not a lot. 70%. 70%. Like at least half of them. Oh God. I don't know. 30%?
It's 14.5.
Wow. That was a lot. Okay. Yeah.
Question for the men. Why is it that nowadays men don't tend to approach women in public anymore? I feel like back in the day, 90s, 2000s, it was so common for men to just come up to women and be like, hey, what's your name? Want to grab a drink? And that completely stopped. Why is that?
Men are extremely logical thinkers, which means that the benefits have to outweigh the risks. And today, I'm sorry ladies, in most cases, the benefits of approaching you do not outweigh the risks. Because men are listening to the ladies, and what they are seeing and hearing is that women do not want to be approached unless it happens to be the type of man that she does want to be approached by. But even in those cases, even if that man is that man, he, in most cases, does not think that he's that man. But even if he thinks that he is that man, he's going to have a very difficult time approaching you unless you make it very obvious or you approach him first. Because if he's wrong, not only does he deal with the rejection, because he can deal with that. I mean, men 20, 30 years ago dealt with it just fine. But the difference today is that women have more of an attitude, and they get offended if the man that approaches them isn't the man that they want to be approached by. And simply put, women are mean. They are oftentimes going to label that man as a creep. And even worse, there are video cameras everywhere, which means that if she catches it on camera, if she gets it recorded onto her phone, guess where it's going to end up? On social media. And then that man's like worst nightmare has happened, because now multiple people think that he's somebody that he's not.
You might not even know until like 4 or 5 dates in if you actually like somebody. It's interesting because people will go on one date and be like, I just didn't feel a spark. Like I just didn't feel chemistry. Sometimes you definitely know that that person's not for you. And then oftentimes, you need a first date both people probably aren't being themselves. They're both probably a little nervous, might be a little awkward. Second date a little better, third date better. By the fourth and fifth date, like then you actually kind of like see someone's personality. And this isn't like every situation. But I just think that like Xing someone out based off of the first date because you didn't have a spark yet, I don't think it's the right thing. If this is a good person, a good man or a good woman who loves Jesus and has the qualities that you like in a person, you're somewhat attracted to them because even attraction grows.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
My older sister and her husband, who I look up to them because they're just like the best.
Look, I am not here to offend anyone, so sorry. I was just coming on here to rant, a silly little rant. I had no idea it was going to go as viral as it did. I had like close to 70,000 views. That's wild to me. But now that I have your attention, I guess it seems like there's a larger conversation, a larger theme at play here. And as women, it seems like our role in this is that we've beaten men down so much for approaching us, but at the same time, we want them to approach us. Like, yes, men, do you hear that? We want you to shoot your shot. I mean, obviously read the room, right? Like if we're in the middle of a birthday party or we're hanging out with our kids, like don't approach, right? Or maybe do like something subtle. But like I said in my last video, if a female is sitting alone at a bar on a Sunday and she isn't on her phone, she doesn't have a ring, she keeps looking at you, that's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. If she's clearly like in at a business event and she's presenting, obviously that's not the time. Like there's obvious cues, right? I feel like I'm actually a little shocked that maybe I'm not. Anyway, witty banter goes a really long way. Self-deprecation, top notch. I'm no expert, but I'm just telling you what females like. And to be clear, I feel like I need to address this. I always go up to men. Like, if I see something I like, fuck yeah, I'm going after it. I do. Every time. I didn't expect people to say, oh, you should reach out. I mean, I guess I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. But I've just been running into a string of men who get so excited about what I look like. And then when we go on dates, they're like, they get what they want after a certain period of time. And then it's like, all right, I'm out. And yeah, did I want that in the very beginning of my post-divorce journey? Sure, it had been a while. But now I'm ready. I want a relationship. I'm not trying to like have a revolving door of men. I'm a mom of 2 boys. Like I don't want that. I want that stability, of somebody adding to my life, not for me to depend on them. I'm perfectly content and happy with myself, as most women are in their 40s. That's the beauty of dating somebody in their 40s. So yeah, I mean, I guess the moral of the story is shoot your shot, respect someone's time. Don't pretend that you're wanting more than you are. And look, dating is figuring that out, right? But just don't play games. Like, I don't know. One last thing that's super important that I forgot, if I still have your attention, confidence. If you don't have confidence in yourself, what are you doing? I'm not attracted. I mean, I can speak on behalf of a lot of women, but personally, and I'm not talking like cocky, I'm talking like, I'm good. Like, I don't need a woman, but I want you. Like, that's sexy. That's hot. And not clingy, not stage 5 clingy crap. I'm talking like you're balanced. You have your shit together. You know yourself. You have self-worth. You're not anxious, you feel confident in your skin, and you're not already assuming the worst of women, and you're not negative about it. Like, just be yourself and be comfortable in your own skin, and you're not going to overthink approaching a woman. You're either going to do it or you're not. Fuck this Me Too culture. I'm sorry. And that's not to disrespect people who genuinely had things that happen. I'm just talking about like, oh, I can't approach a woman because of Me Too. And look, I get it. And maybe for like Gen Z people, I said what I said. Sorry, I got cut off. Ex-husband was calling me. Anyway, for the moral of the story is just be confident. Don't be afraid to approach, and don't make assumptions. Just don't assume. Half the time women go out, especially by themselves, or just like with one other person or two, like they want your attention. So don't be afraid to give it. Hope this helps. And this probably should have been like a 4-part series, but anyway, bye.
I think what gets me about her saying, a lot of women actually do say this, oh, I didn't know I was going to do this. I had no idea. That's the thing. A lot of times modern women say stuff and they don't have an idea. They don't read the room. They're asking a man, you need to be on. You need to make sure you're paying attention. You need to make sure you're checking the vibe. Why would you ever, if you would adjust, maybe you should open your eye. But she said this type of stuff. Oh, I had no idea that men felt this way, and I didn't know. Exactly. And you're not the first one. So many women get on here and they talk all of this and they just start talking. They just start yapping. And when a man says, no, it's not like that. Oh, I didn't expect it to do this, or I didn't expect it to do that. Y'all don't have a freaking clue what goes on in a man's world. And the sad part about it is, while y'all are yapping about the male loneliness epidemic, y'all don't care. Isn't that something? Y'all don't care about what a man is going through, but y'all want a man to spend money on you. Y'all want a man to plan dates. Y'all want all of this effort to go into make sure he takes care of me, making sure that he thinks about me. He picks up little trinkets here and there for me. But you don't have a clue why men aren't approaching. You don't have a clue what men are feeling. And once again, y'all don't care about it. So tell me again, why a man would stop on the street and be chivalrous, why he would be a gentleman, why he would even look your direction if something is happening to you, when you have never, for some of y'all, 30 years, you have never once cared about what he was going through. In fact, you make fun of it.
Why do men be so offended when you ask them for money?
Maybe because they don't like feeling treated like an ATM.
I do not get that. That just indicates you're broke.
No, it doesn't mean that they're broke. I might point out which person here is asking for money. That's the one that sounds broke.
So oftentimes I hear people are often done in a relationship, but they're not really done. Because it's not peace that they're seeking. It's just having distance without the pain. A lot of times you kind of hear, these people saying, I just want to be left alone. And really, they are done with the relationship. They're just not done with that person being in their life. So they're just done with the discomfort of that connection, not the person. Trying to find relief through space just so conflict is prevented. But what we're really doing here is avoiding the actual problem, which is what keeps you attached. Because if there's a role that you are so comfortable in playing, this person will stay around until that role no longer serves you.
In New York, I merely rock, hiding in my sock, running from my pop, and I shoot that up.
Strong, is it?
Okay, so this is research. So I believe it was Monica Moore who did this research. She found that the people who got approached the most at clubs, the people who got approached the most, had the biggest signal of availability. So they weren't the most attractive men and women. She did this for both men and women. They were not the most attractive men and women. In fact, the most attractive woman in the room, if they had closed off body language, they were not approached, they did not get dates, they did not get out their number. It was the men and women who signaled, I'm available.
How do you signal I'm available?
Okay. So this is really important for dating in the sense of wanting to be approached. Dating one-to-one is a little bit different, right? You don't need to signal this if you're one-to-one. But if you're in a big room or you're speed networking, one is open body, no blocking. I never want anything in front of your torso. I don't want this. I don't want arms crossed. I don't want cup in front of you. I don't want you clutching your computer or your iPad or your phone. I want you to make sure that your torso is open and angled out towards the room. I like croissant feet. Parallel feet are like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
In a dating situation, I want you to have croissant feet, which is your feet are angled toward the biggest part of the room, saying, I'm open, come and approach me.
Okay.
That signals to both men and women, oh, maybe that person is literally physically open to someone coming in and breaking this conversation. It also means small, darting glances to everyone around the room.
Everyone
you want to approach you.
Oh, everyone you want to approach you?
Yeah.
How many times does someone got to do a glance to get someone to come over?
So Monica Moore actually studied this. I believe it took 8 glances to get someone to approach. Don't quote me on that. It was way higher.
I was just asked out in a Target by a guy who looked to be no more than 24. He came up to him and his friends walked by the aisle. He walked backwards, looks at me, and he goes, do you happen to be single? And I said, no. And he goes, oh. He goes, you're very beautiful. And then he left. And I freaking blushed. Because I look like this right now. I look like this. Like, I threw my hair up. I've got enough dry shampoo in it because it needs to be washed to fill a sink. I'm 33. I've got a baby in my cart. Did that just happen?
2025 is almost over, and I think my favorite part was watching women on the internet scramble, completely baffled at the fact that men don't want to date them anymore. Men don't want to provide for them. They don't want to take them out on fancy dates when he's only known you for 3.2 seconds. Women are baffled by this. Oh my God. Have men turned gay? They're putting all their time into their friendships and not relationships. Well, I don't know. Maybe if women went on the internet every single day and saw men by the masses shitting on their gender, on our gender, calling us pieces of shit, calling us worthless, confused as to why they have to provide anything in a relationship, I'm pretty sure we would turn away too. I mean, we claim that we've left men behind, except women are using the male loneliness rate as a way to lie to themselves and say, look, this is proof that women are no longer dating toxic men. Really? You have 5 baby daddies and you think that women have just magically woken up to toxic men? The male loneliness epidemic doesn't have anything to do with women not dating men. It has to do with social anxiety, not having enough friendships, the suicide rate. But still, women made it all about them, trying to turn it around because they realized that men are fed up with their shit, no longer interested. And so they said, you know what? How can I make this about me? Aha! Men are killing themselves. And I'm responsible. It's actually a disgusting world that we live in, but I love the confusion. I love the fact that we're going to have an entire generation of 80-year-old cat ladies who are going to die alone, and their cats are going to eat up their body, all because they think that it's acceptable to pick the bear and hate all men. Like, can you hurry up and die alone already?
Does height matter?
Yes, hell yeah. They cannot be shorter than me.
So what would be like the ideal height?
6 foot. 6 foot or taller.
6 foot or taller?
Yes.
What's the perfect height?
6'4".
6'4"?
6'4".
6'4"?
We call men under 6 feet.
I don't know, what?
Friends.
As much as my type is tall guys, and I want my future husband to be over 6 feet tall, I've come to realize that the taller they are, the more toxic they are.
How does a woman take care of a man?
What do you mean?
How should a woman take care of a man?
She shouldn't have to.
At all?
No.
Then why should a man date a woman?
What kind of question is that?
Like, what value would you provide to a man?
What? That's a crazy question.
What do you mean?
You shouldn't have to provide some value to a man.
And what's the point of the relationship?
What value do they provide to us?
Protecting you, providing for you.
This is exactly why so many men are just done with dating. Because I have said this before and I will say it again. A man is taught his entire life how to treat a woman. But a woman is taught her entire life how to be treated by a man, not how to treat a man. Ladies, if you want the benefits of a man, you need to put forth some amount of effort. It doesn't even need to be as much effort as him. It just needs to be something, because that is what indicates to a man that you're actually interested in him. And honestly, when one person is carrying all of the load of the relationship, well, how is that fun?
I have tip number 1 for you men out there. If you're out in public and you see a girl and you think she's attractive, and you turn to your friend and you say, I think that girl's really pretty or something, okay? Don't stand there and tell your friend about it. Go tell her. Just say it. Literally, we don't bite. We're not gonna, like, attack you. Like, I don't think I would personally, but I prefer that over your friend coming over to me and being like, my friend thinks you're pretty. No, I don't care. Like, come say it to my face. Come say it to my face. I don't want to hear it from your friend. I'd rather hear it from you. You can come do it. Come on. It's really not that hard. I don't know why men are so scared to approach women. We don't bite. I mean, we might. But honestly, the worst thing that can happen is she says, thank you. Sorry, I'm not interested. And like, is that really gonna hurt you that bad? It might make you feel good to compliment someone. I think compliments, when I compliment people, it makes me happy. If you just go over to a girl and compliment her, I'm sure it'll make her happy. I'm sure it'll make you feel some sort of way inside. It's really not that hard. Grow some confidence. It's really not that hard, boys. Most girls want you to compliment them. Just saying. Do not send your friend over to say, my friend thinks you're hot. It's not cute. Say it yourself. You got it. I'll give you a little push. You got it. I'm only saying all this because tonight at work, a young man came in with his family and they sat right next to the host stand and they were staring at me and talking about me the entire time they were sitting there. I'd rather, if I could hear you talking about me, I'd rather you just come over and say it to my face. Personally. She was like, that girl's so beautiful, that girl's so beautiful, you should go say something. And her son was like, no. And she came over and said something for him. And if your mom is gonna compliment a girl for you, that's really not cute. You got it. You got it. You don't need your mommy. You don't need your friends. You got it. You got it. I know you got it. It's really not that hard. Also, they were discussing how old I was. If you want to know how old a girl is, go ask. Just go ask. I don't know why people get so offended by the how old are you question. Personally, I think it's a question. It's not really going to affect me. But go ask. Don't discuss. Don't try to figure it out on your own. Because they decided that I was 16 and I'm not 16. I am going to be 20 in less than 2 months. So, but just go. Go ask a girl. Go tell her she's beautiful. You all got it. You all got it. Confidence is key. If you walk over there like you own the place and you say, you know, I just wanted to tell you you're beautiful, that girl will probably be like, you made my day. You made my day. Yes, this kid's mom said I was beautiful. It made my day. But would have been a little nicer if she didn't say, my son thinks you're beautiful. That's not cute. You got it. Just go for it. Go for it. Do it. Tell the person you love that you love them. Call the girl pretty. Life is too short. Life is too short. Do it. I believe in you.
But most of this stuff that we have going on is in service to y'all. Get out of your own way and come provide a service for me. You might get something out of it because you made somebody else's day. But it's really for me. Come make me happy. Modern women have perfected the art of being passive aggressive, of figuring out ways to say, please me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. Britney Spears, I believe it was, said it the best. Give me more. Modern women always want more. Just stop being afraid. Quit your fear. Just come over and start talking to us. We're not going to like you, but just tell us we're pretty. We haven't gotten the attention, the validation from the people that we wanted, and we are in a dry spell. We need somebody to come up. Who's going to be the man? Who's going to be brave? Come up and tell us we're beautiful. Come up and tell us that we mean something. Come up and tell us our dress looks great. Just say it. We need validation.
No, because I seriously used to be the bitch who was like, I don't need no man. Like, I'm good on my own. I can do everything myself. Like, no, you want to know what? Like, I want a partner. I want a fucking partner because life is fucking hard. Life is fucking irritating, okay? I just took my dogs on a walk and they were just pulling me every which way. I almost stepped in shit. And then I come home and I almost trip over my trash can trying to put it outside, you know, like feeding the dogs, doing all the things. I know I signed up for this, but fuck. It would be a lot easier, even if I had a man. Hey, could you grab me a protein bar out of the fridge, babe? Just me having to go and do it. When I have 5,000 other things, I'm like, okay, I need to fill my water bottle up. I gotta put the YouTube TV on to get my dogs to be fucking calm for 5 fucking seconds. Like, gotta make sure I have a snack because I have to cook dinner later because Lord knows I didn't have time prior to where I'm about to go. My second job. No, I'm no longer an independent bitch. I don't really give a fuck. I know I have to be. I'm forced to be, but I don't want to be fucking forced to be anymore. Okay? So all of you guys that are like, no, you women just want to do everything your own. No, I don't. I literally don't. I literally would love nothing more than to not. Because I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of doing literally everything to take care of myself. I'm fucking over it. I just want a man to grab me the protein bar on my way out. I want to not have to work the second job. Let's start fucking there.
Okay, as a man in 2025, you are only left with 2 options. Option 1, focus on yourself. Accept the fact that having a wife and a family might not be the path that God has for you. Accept that this might be a solo mission. And you're going to put all of your time and your effort into building yourself into the most strong, equipped, charismatic, abundantly wealthy man that you can possibly become with the help of God. Option 2, you do option 1 and you get really fucking lucky to find a 1 in a million girl who's not going to turn into a lying, manipulative, that's going to try to destroy your life, divorce you, take everything that you built and try to keep your kids from you. So, the choice is yours.
If the guy or the girl's #1 selling feature is their looks, they are not the one for you. Their #1 selling feature should be their morals, their values, and how much freaking compatibility you guys have together. Looks are so subjective and looks fade. When that person gets older, they're not going to be a 10 out of 10. And for one, there is no 10 out of 10s. 10 out of 10s don't exist. There will always be somebody prettier than them. That's just the world we live in. There's always someone that has more of this and more of that. But if you invest in somebody that is attractive in your eyes, but your compatibility is a 10 out of 10, those looks from an 8 out of 10 will grow to a 10. That's the big picture y'all need to realize.
How tall does a guy have to be to date you?
Like 6'5". Yeah, 6'5". Like 6'7", 6'2", 6'6". Yeah, like 6'7".
What is the ideal height for a boyfriend?
6'5".
6'4"?
Yeah.
You want a guy that's 6'4"?
Well, above 6'4".
Above 6'4"?
Yeah. Basically, if you're under 6 foot, I don't want to talk to you.
So what happens if you see a guy that's like 5'8"?
Oh, I don't even look.
If somebody said to me, would you rather be with like a short king who's 5'5" and treats you amazing, or would you be with a toxic man who's 6'3"? At this point in my life, I would be like, how toxic?
If you're a guy and you're single, you're in luck because the bar is literally on the floor. Be nice, be funny, open the door, buy her flowers, take her on a date, and don't abuse her. And you're good. You don't even have to be cute.
For all the men out there, if you ever wondered what it's like to be a woman, I am at a gas station. I am late for a meeting. And I pulled in, but this man who's very scary looking is sitting in his truck at the gas pump, not pumping gas. He hasn't gotten out of his car to pump gas. And I have pulled up right behind him. It's a very tiny gas station. And he's just staring at me, but I only have 7 miles left of gas. I can't make it to the next gas station, so I will literally sit inside my car. I'll sit here for an hour and wait to pump my gas, or wait until someone else pulls up until this man leaves. So if you've ever wondered what it's like being a woman, that's it. We constantly have to be aware of our surroundings, and it's really fucking exhausting.
If you see a beautiful woman and think she's out of your league, tough love from a professional matchmaker, it's probably true. Not because you can never attract a beautiful woman, but because you probably need to do two things first. First, you have to put in the psychological work, which means accepting your shortcomings and learning to love yourself anyway. Second, you have to put in the physical work, which in your case might mean hitting the gym harder, or earning that promotion at work, or finally starting that side hustle that you've been talking about. Self-worth isn't just woo-woo BS that you talk yourself into. Self-worth is built on doing things you're proud of every day. Once you start setting and achieving goals that matter to you, you'll stop feeling like women are out of your league.
I'm on my morning walk, and this gentleman approached me while I was walking, standing next to me, and was saying something. So I pulled my headphone out. I was like, yes. And he was like, hi, I'm so-and-so. I just want to introduce myself to you. I think you're really pretty. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. And so we chatted a little. He's like, what do you do? You're like, how's your day? Where are you walking? Where are you running? And we spoke for a second, and then he was like, can I get your Instagram? And I was like, kindly said, I'm sorry, I don't feel comfortable handing my Instagram out, but it was very nice to meet you. And then as he was walking away, I was like, you know what? I just want to tell you that I think it's courageous for you to come up and say that to me, and I appreciate it a lot. A lot of guys don't do that nowadays, like, so yeah, thank you. And he was just like so happy that I said that. But I think as women, we're so quick to shut it down and like be rude to men that approach us, which there's reasons for, but there's, in my opinion, a kind and polite way to do so. And I don't know, I just wanted to encourage the guy a little bit, because it's a tough thing to put yourself out there, and not a lot of people do it anymore. So this is just your reminder to be friendly and have a beautiful day, because I'm having a beautiful day. Bye.
I guess that's okay. I just don't understand what I don't feel comfortable giving that information out is about. He didn't even ask for your number. He asked for your Instagram. What should he have asked for? Right? This is kind of why men don't want to be bothered, right? Great for him for going up and asking. I don't want to downplay that. That was fantastic. But then to come around and say, well, I don't give that information out. You make it seem like your Instagram is like, I guess that's just my question. What then would you have given out if you liked him? What then would you have offered as a way or a method of contact? That's the thing that's confusing me.
I would genuinely rather shock my balls on an electric fence than go on another date where I feel like I'm getting interviewed by a preschooler. So what's your favorite color? Ma'am, I pay taxes. Okay, I know the price of chicken thighs at 4 different grocery store locations in the city. What's my favorite color? I don't know, whatever shade of red my bank account turns after I pay my bills. And then you'll get hit with the, so what do you like to do for fun? Survive, Jessica. I like to survive. Sometimes I like to go in my backyard and use the birds as my therapist. And then occasionally I'll black out and clean my house. And I can already hear the comments, well, the men are just as bad. Honestly, I don't care. I'm not dating the dudes. I'm sure they suck. But to me, it sounds like we're in the same boat. So let's just get on the same page. So unless you're willing to come into this date and just trauma dump on me and then discuss a joint credit score and then talk about whether my recliner will be located in the living room or in the man cave, Then to be real with you, I'm just gonna go and find that electric fence. But that's dating for you.
Right, freshly single men, you know, who find themselves single, they have absolutely sort of no idea how internet dating works. And it's just like an online supermarket for them. And they are outstanding by the amount of females there are. There are a lot of women on online dating that'll just be like, fucking hell, it's like better than Waitrose. I can pick any one of them, I can talk to any one of them, and I can take them on a date and then maybe get spicy stuff. Well, this is the problem. None of them are like fussy. And I've sat here pretending to be a man on online dating to see the kind of women. There's so many beautiful women. Obviously you can wear, you know, nice hair, makeup, clothes. Women are just more beautiful than men, I think. But these men, they have like no age limit or anything. Say the guy is 30, he'll probably go, yeah, fuck it, 18 to 50, anything will do. Women are a lot more fussy. I just thought I'd make my peace on that one with you.
I have to say I feel sorry for some of you men out there in the dating world because it is 2025. I'm a 38-year-old female, and these women out here even confuse me. Some women out here putting Jesus in their bio, but then you go look at their stuff and it's nothing but thirst traps, lustful, seductive content. I mean, the modern day woman calls serving your husband oppression, but yet will have no problem going out and serving a male boss and cry that that's empowerment. And real feminine energy is not sexual marketing like the modern day woman might tell you. Y'all are getting seduction and femininity like completely confused. And I've said it before, but a lot of women have this long laundry list of unrealistic criteria that they want in a man, but yet they bring nothing to the table. And we don't talk about that. We tell the women, no, you are a queen, you will be treated as such, but we're not teaching women how to be wives these days. And I would go out on a limb and say that most of the women out in the modern day dating culture do not actually have standards. They have entitlement and accountability, a woman's kryptonite. Some of you ladies are going to die alone, still blaming men for the choices that you made.
I really don't like when a guy asks me to go for coffee.
You don't like when a guy asks you to go for coffee?
I wouldn't like that.
Can I be honest? You're a woman. And
I wouldn't want that.
You're dating guy. I guess I'm more so, you know, if a guy's 20 years old and
oh yeah,
you know,
no, if you're younger, but I think
yes, if you are an established, listen to me, if you're a 30-year-old man, you're taking her on. You're taking her to dinner.
But
okay,
you know
boys?
what the people say? Okay, boys. But you know what people say? They're like, but I want to know, like, if I like them. But you should have a couple conversations with them before you
That's
actually.
such a good point.
Yeah, like I've had some friends be like, well, I want to know, like, if it's worth a dinner. Well, have a couple conversations before you get ready and go meet someone. And you'll know by the couple of conversations.
Like you mean over FaceTime or text?
FaceTime, text, yeah. On the phone. I think you should talk on the phone a couple times before you meet up with someone.
Yeah.
I think that's important. And then I think you'll know if you can go to dinner with someone.
Officer Tatum says, single forever. Another one says, dude, this is literally why no one wants to date anymore. Another woman here says, if I would have demanded dinner, I would have missed out on the biggest gift of a man ever. Coffee is just fine with the right person. That's funny. Somebody, a couple of comments above said, she'll do coffee with Chad. She will do coffee with Chad. Yes, she will. She will do anything to be in Chad's presence. And that's letting you know how much she values you. Come on, guys.
Women make them like you more.
What do you think?
I think yes and no. Okay, I think it's kind of manipulative to pretend like you don't care when you do care. But I also understand like not wanting to scare a woman away. But if you don't act interested, if she puts in some effort to kind of like see and you still don't give her anything back, she's going to walk away.
If you say, okay, if I ignore women, that's when they're more interested in me, so I'm just never going to talk to women again, that's not a great strategy to be successful. You should not care about women, but you should care about something more. bar. So the classic example of this, let's say we're at a party and you make your number one priority meeting a woman that you like and going on a date with her. What do you think is going to happen? It's probably not going to happen. You're probably going to come off as desperate. You're probably going to come off as too eager. But if you make your number one priority having fun and your secondary one being like, hey, be great if I met somebody, that's a much better strategy. The same thing goes in not just a party, but in life. If you make getting women, if you make getting a date or getting a wife or whatever, if you make that your top priority and nothing else matters, people will run away from you. Okay? Make other things, your career, your health, your social network or whatever, your ecosystem, make those big priorities in your life. And I guarantee you, women will be attracted to what you've built and you'll be more successful that way.
This is a question for the men. If you're not a man, keep scrolling. Okay, so men, why are we hating women? Why are we hating women? I feel like women are hating men and men are now hating women. They don't want to get married. They don't want to live with them. They, they just want to be single forever. Like, what's going on here? Are all you men into men now? Like, what's going on? I'm so confused. I feel like we're creating a divide here, folks. Can we come back together? I love men. And I want men to start loving women again. Like, I don't know. What do we need to do? Let me know and I can try to get the congregation together and we could try to move forward so we can all start loving each other again. I don't know. What am I missing? Can you please fill me in? I'm very, 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 very confused. Okay, thanks.
This is a public service announcement for white men. It is okay to approach a Latina at the bar.
That part, yep.
It is okay to like a Latina. We are equals. We are pretty people. We are also equal to the blondes at the bar.
Even better.
Even better, maybe. I don't want to perhaps.
Don't quote me on it, but
please, it is okay to approach a Latina at the bar. It is okay.
We will talk to you.
We will talk to you. It is okay. I promise. It is okay. Please approach us. We are all one. We are begging.
We're begging.
We're on our hands and knees. Please approach us.
I'm on my knees.
Like, what the fuck?
Can we bring back catcalling? Not specifically but flirting. Men don't do it anymore. And I noticed this because they don't walk up to bars and they don't flirt, like at the gym, anywhere. Men don't walk up to anyone anywhere. But they don't even catcall. Like the creepy men who used to catcall don't even do that anymore. Men have gotten afraid to talk to women.
You ain't wrong, homie. I've talked to a lot of men around the world, man. They all say the same thing. The juice is not worth the squeeze anymore, man. You go up to a woman in 2025, there's always gonna be some type of problem, man. You're a creep, or you're this, or you're that, and a lot of men are choosing to stay away from it, man. There's men out here that have completely given up, and I genuinely do not blame them, homie. But there's also a message to the men. There are good women out here, man. There are women that are gonna care about you and appreciate you and respect you. That's why I tell you guys all the time to pick up your Bible, start reading it, man. Find a woman of God. Find a woman who's going to respect you and appreciate you. You're going to find this thing called peace, homie. Number one, in your creator, and number two, in the choices and decisions that you're making every single day. Stay away from women like this. Find a woman who's going to respect you, man.
Alright, this is for my girls. One, be nice. Be nice to men. Because I've had a restored faith in men that are actually having the guts to just come up to women. And if you're mean to them, you're gonna scare them. So don't do that. But I do have a restored faith in men. And I think part of it comes from women being nice, women being open to one, look up from your phone. If you're going for a walk, look up from your phone. Don't have RBF. Actually, that's probably okay. But just inviting. Smile at somebody if they walk past. Don't be freaking creepy, but smile at them. The amount of people I've met on my walks is insane. Literally, a guy just walked past. I walked past him. He then turned around and he was like, hey, excuse me, and then asked me about restaurant options around the neighborhood. I'm just you can meet people if you're willing to just look up from your phone, give a smile, make eye contact. Like, we don't have to look like we don't want to talk to humans. We can look like we want to talk to humans, but like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of girls are like, guys just don't, and I'm like, they will if you're nice. Stop being pissy when they walk up. Stop being annoyed. Stop assuming the worst in every man. Like, don't get off on freaking rejecting them. Be nice. You can say, no, I'm good, thank you, but be nice if you're gonna do it. But like, just look up, smile, but don't be like annoyed that people, like, guys aren't approaching you if you're not being approachable, you know? Anyway, I literally just met a new person while walking. The amount of people, like, literally all my friends lately have been because I'm like walking. That's how I meet them, because I smile, I don't look at my phone the whole time. It's not that hard. Anyway, just my 2 cents. Be nice. Be nice. Women, be nice to men, because we don't need to scare them off. They're finally getting the guts to talk to people again. Let's not scare them off by rejecting every single one of them and like embarrassing them in the process. Be nice.
I don't think a lot of these modern women understand that they need to put in effort. Honestly, truly. They really don't think that they do. They feel like who they are, the way they are, how they are, in the exact time, space, moment, environment is how they should be. They are perfect, even though they know they're not. Even though they feel like, let's go back to that woman, I think earlier on in the video, I think she said she was 33 and the man was 24. She had a baby in the car. She had dry shampoo in her hair. She didn't feel great. But the fact that he approached, or he said, hey, you know, are you single by any chance? That made her feel some type of way. To the outside world, she's perfect. A man is going to look at her and see that she's perfect. So he's not going to require anything from her but to be her. I'm sorry, that doesn't work. Because you doing nothing equals nothing. So even though you might look great, when we get into this house and there's work that needs to be done in the house, there's work that needs to be done in our lives. Darn the house. Darn the car. We might be making money, might be millionaires. Forget all that stuff. All that's going to go out the window if you cannot get along. And because you think that you're perfect and other people tell you that you're perfect, you're not going to think that there's anything that you need to do to grow in the relationship. You're going to be looking at the man. You be the leader. And you're going to start saying a bunch of stuff that doesn't apply. You be the leader. You do this. It's your job too. And that don't got nothing to do with him. You need to, at some point in time, while he's doing all of the stuff that he's doing to try to make the relationship work, you need to do the same thing. But because they think they're perfect, they won't do anything. You talking about, hey, be more approachable. Why? I shouldn't have to do anything. I should just be able to stay as I am, and men would just see the inherent value in that and come up and talk to me.
I was speaking to my mum about dating, and because I'm out a lot for work and things like that, and I love to socialize, she was like, oh, like, have you met anyone out? And I'm like, well, I will see a guy that, say, I've texted or like met online or have mutuals with, and he will like look at me and then turn away and then message saying like, hey, you looked gorgeous today. And that's like a universal experience for every girl. Like, guys will just text you later on. And mum's like, what the fuck? Like, mum's like, when I would go out, if a guy was interested, he'd straight up go like, hey, I'm interested in you, like, whatever, what's your number? And if you liked him, you'd give him your real one. If you didn't, you'd change one digit. That's what she said to me. My mum did make a point that I go for socially awkward private school boys that don't know how to talk to girls because I went to single sex schools, so that's a big factor too. But like, I took it upon myself to call my guy friend and literally ask for the answers. I'm like, just tell me, like, what is stopping guys from just like approaching girls naturally and not like sleazy, just like literally for a conversation? Because guys that like do that like reap the benefits anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be a sleaze to like pull a girl in the first place. My guy friend said unless a girl is like making it that obvious, like at a pub, for example, that she's into him. He's like, she has to fully be like waving at me for me to think to go over. And he said that rejection just isn't worth it these days, because that girls like have higher standards of men, so guys genuinely feel like they just aren't good enough and to go up and introduce themselves. And I'm like, that's actually kind of sad, because I do feel like girls are getting judgier, but I also feel like boys are the same. And I think it goes down to dating apps and social media, obviously. But dating apps is like shopping, like no, yes, no. So it's like people are getting pickier. But yeah, it's like people don't know how to socialize anymore, and it's really sad. I saw on TikTok a card game that someone invented called We Met at a Bar. I don't know if you've seen it, but it actually looks like a cool idea, and they should collab with different pubs in Melbourne and just like have the card game sitting at like different tables or something. I feel like that'd be so good. Pretty much, I think it was like they had like different not dares, but like, oh, I don't know, you have to look it up, but it's called We Met at a Bar, and like it like introduces conversation. Like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I just feel like there's got to be a way to just like improve everything about the dating culture, otherwise we're doomed.
I was out with the most beautiful girl the other night, like gorgeous, and she's not intimidating, and she's smiling and blah blah blah, and literally no guys approached us, like none.
Like, when I have a kid, when I'm older, a daughter, I want her to be approached. Like, one day, when she's old enough. I also want my future son to approach. So, I just hate the shift, the world, the narrative.
To the men out here that are being seriously mistreated by women, I'm so sorry for the mental and emotional pain that they're forcefully putting you through. Like, I feel like so many women are just out here like MK Ultraing people. Like, yeah, like guys can be a narcissist or gaslight or whatever, but like that takes a disorder, right? There are so many women that are forcing other people to feel their pain and go through their pain experience because they refuse to heal. And they just are so busy trying to vindicate their own pain that they're bringing more pain into the world. I am so sorry for the amount of men that are getting seriously traumatized by women. I promise you, I'm trying my best to figure it out. Like, obviously, it's because they're not healing and because they were never given guidance of how to heal, but that's not an excuse, right? Because I wasn't given that guidance and I still healed. What I'm saying is, I promise you, I'm working on it and I'm seriously trying. Like, I know men can be the problem too, but you guys are so like sweet and immature with your emotions that you guys, a lot of you don't even have like a super in-depth like way of thinking when it comes to your emotions. So you guys just all move on and bury everything. And so that is like what your trauma is. But women are supposed to be motherly and nurturing and like just having so much goodness that it just like oozes out of their aura and they become inviting and attractive. You're just like magnetized, you're pulled to them because of the love in their heart. That's what we're supposed to have, and I promise you I'm working on it.
Now, I prefer a short king, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Some of you ladies need to go look at your celebrity crushes' heights right now. Zac Efron, Cillian Murphy, Mark Wahlberg, Joe Jonas.